The cost of living is going up all over the world. As new generations flock to big cities in search of better jobs and more robust culture, the price of rent skyrockets, and the addition of multinational conglomerates buying huge swaths of property exacerbates the problem, making many cities inaccessibly expensive. Today, we're counting down the... Coming in at number 5 is Osaka, Japan. Osaka is a cosmopolitan city near the ancient capital Kyoto, best known for its dynamic food and drinking culture and famously outgoing people. The cuisine is what draws many culinary travelers to Osaka. The people of Osaka are notorious for their obsession with eating and drinking, which has given rise to the local expression kuedaore, to eat oneself to ruin. But locals pay the price when they pay roughly $1,500 every month for rent. Japan has a reputation for its high living costs, especially Tokyo, which annually makes it into the list of the world's top 10 most expensive cities. Like most major cities in the world, rent tends to make up a large chunk of living costs in Japan, followed by car ownership and transport. Some of the world's most expensive land can be found in central Osaka, which contributes to its reputation of being an expensive city. However, rent can vary from cheap tiny apartments of around 10 square meters to exorbitantly priced luxury apartments in prime districts. But the average salary in Osaka is only $46,000, the lowest on the list so far. Tied for number 5 spot is Geneva, Switzerland. Geneva is a gorgeous city, one that's filled with mountains of chocolate and some incredible history. Surrounded by the Alps to the south, the city is a perfect place to begin your adventure in Switzerland. Geneva is home to the largest lake in Europe. Switzerland's second largest city is slick and cosmopolitan, and its people chatter in almost every language among streets paved by gold. But for all its allure, Geneva is criminally expensive. A one-bedroom apartment can cost $3,500 a month. With an average salary of $120,000 a year, Genevans have a lot of money and an amazing quality of life. But remember that a beer often costs $10, and it's difficult to find a meal without paying $30 to $40. If you can get over these exorbitant costs, you can enjoy some of the best hiking, skiing and climbing in the world in the nearby Swiss Alps. As we just covered, Switzerland is an expensive country with a lot to offer. Zurich edged out Geneva to become the uncontested 4th most expensive city in the world. Zurich is the most important business location in Switzerland. Due to good connections, safe, high quality of living, and excellent education and research institutions, Zurich is an extremely attractive location for companies and their employees. It's not without reason that the Zurich economic area accounts for around a fifth of the overall value added and jobs in Switzerland. With rents between $2,000 to $3,000, Zurich is undoubtedly one of the priciest places on earth. However, the average salary is $226,000, far more than any other city on the list. Suddenly, a few $1,000s in rent doesn't sound so bad. Switzerland's largest city is on the shore of its glistening eponymous lake. Zurich is a financial powerhouse with a livability ranking that outstrips almost anywhere in the world. You can catch trains from the Hauptbahnhof and be on a peak breathing in sparkling air in a matter of minutes, and the city's rivers and that magnificent lake have supreme water quality for swimming. These outdoor pools, or bardish, have become night spots in the centre of the city. Paris's seductive charms are legendary, and for good reason. Inviting sidewalk cafes, gleaming boutiques, world-class museums, endless things to do, and a fabled restaurant scene make Paris the runway model of cities. Beautiful, fashionable, confident, and inspiring envy at every turn. The average rent is $1,300, and food is also relatively expensive. But with an average income of only $49,000 a year, these French residents have less money than their Swiss or American counterparts. All the same, Paris is a very livable city with good transportation and access to many cultural amenities, including many of the most celebrated museums and galleries in the world. Rounding out the three-way tie for first place is Singapore. It may be the most expensive city in the world, but Singapore has racked up plenty of other superlatives: cleanest, best planned, and quite possibly most entertaining. The Lion City is home to the world's largest rooftop infinity pool, the world's first safari park for nocturnal animals, centuries-old temples, and of course, some of the best food in the world. You'll also find extraordinary gardens, righteous architecture, world-class performance venues, shopping streets, and experimental art galleries. The city-state offers a fascinating melding of the old and new, the historic and the modern. It's not uncommon to see apartments listed for more than $3,000, and every activity is extremely expensive as well. But Singapore is a business hub and the average salary is $67,000. That means that most Singapore residents aren't millionaires, but they make a very comfortable income to match their ultra-expensive city.